I don't know if it's going to fucking work, because it keeps going. Every time I've been trying to upload a bloody film lately, it's been going fucking sideways. This is weird, because you've got to look at the angle to get the fucking picture, man. It's crazy. You've got the camera in the wrong place. I've got a Samsung 6, is it 6? Galaxy 6, fucking good. But when I'm uploading my films, like lately, it's been kind of like, they tend to come up sideways, like you're watching on a mobile phone or something, sideways sort of thing. So I'm trying to, hopefully this will try and fix it. I've just seen a great film, actually. Sorry, if this gets, when I upload this, if it goes sort of light, so you've got the black spots on either side, sorry about that. I'm just crap with fucking technology, you know. I did see a fucking fantastic film yesterday, actually on Tuesday. Legend. Tom Hardy. Legend, man. The story of the krays, right? I'm trying to look at the camera, but I want to look at me as well. Actually, Samsung, look, if you put the camera, right, in the middle, right, there. If you put the camera there in the middle of the screen, you can stare straight at the camera, can't you? But the problem is, with Samsung, what you've done, you put the camera in the corner of the screen. Instead of in the middle, you put it in the corner. So that you've got to keep looking in that direction. You've got to sort of like look towards the camera. And then you can't see what you're fucking filming, sort of thing. But anyway, alright, okay, let's just look at this and see what we're filming, right? Let's look at the screen. Oh, fuck it. I know this a bit. I was watching a film, Legend, with Tom Hardy, man. Fucking amazing. Absolutely blew my mind away, Legend. The story of the krays, right, the Kray twins, like Legend. Fucking amazing film. It's hard to believe it was the same bloke, because Tom Hardy, he played Reginald Kray, and he played Ronnie Kray, and he played Ronnie Kray so absolutely perfectly. Honest to God. I've still got the hammer, actually, by the way, Tom. I've still got the hammer. Do you remember the bloodbath at the House of Death? Some cunt attacked me once. You know, he sort of broke into my flat and tried to attack me. So I smashed his brain in with a hammer. In fact, I had the hammer the wrong way around, actually. Oops. So if you ever seen one with two lines, just there and there, right? If you ever seen one with a line there and a line there. Sorry, I had that hammer the wrong way around. And I smashed into his fucking skull. And I had this carpet of red blood pouring down my stairs one night. Have you ever told the story of the house? The bloodbath at the House of Death? Have you ever heard of the bloodbath at the House of Death? I love hammers. This is my hammer. Have you ever told the story of the bloodbath at the House of Death? Some cunt tried breaking into my flat, like, and he attacked me, like, wearing a mask. So I smashed his, and he got me into, so I got him into the bathroom, right? I got him into the bathroom. And he was attacking me, like, grabbed him, got him into the bathroom. He pushed me into the bath. And I picked up my hammer, where I had left it deliberately, obviously. Picked up my hammer, and I smashed his fucking brain in. It was so beautiful. Literally, this cunt tried to break into my flat, so I opened the door. And he attacked me, and then I smashed. They got me in the bathroom. I got him in the bathroom, sort of thing, when he was pushing me, trying to punch me. Got him in the bathroom, because I left a hammer. I keep a hammer in the bath. I used to keep my hammer in the bath, like, you know, for nasty neighbours, you know. Anyway, so I smashed his brain in, and I smashed his fucking brain in. It was great. I smashed his fucking brain in with my hammer. And I had a carpet of red blood going all the way down the stairs, man. Serious to God. I called the police, right? The police came up. I said, what do you look like? I said, I don't know what he looks like. He was wearing a mask. Cunt who attacked me was wearing a mask. You know. So I had a scarf over his face. I don't know what he looked like. And then still they asked me if I could do a photo fit. And I said, I can't do a photo fit because I don't know what he looks like. And they let him go. Court let him go because I couldn't do a photo fit because I didn't know what he looked like because he attacked me with the mask. So if you ever see anyone with two lines across their forehead like that, one there, that's me. I did that. And so I smashed his fucking brain in, right? And he went down running away, like, and then they ran away. And the police came up and they said, well, if you don't know where he is, like, how do we can't get how do we know who he is? And they said, hang on a minute. And so they left, the police left, because they couldn't do anything about it, because they didn't know what he looks like. And they started walking down the stairs and they said, hang on, there's a pool of blood all the way down the stairs. DNA, And the police, so they got their DNA sample, so they knew exactly who attacked me. The police got a DNA sample, like, you know, so they knew exactly who attacked me. But he still got away in court because I couldn't fit his face. Didn't see his face. But the police had his blood. Anyway, the next day I went back to work as a postman, like what I do, and there's a lovely bloody pool of blood all the way down the stairs. There was a carpet of red blood down the stairs. That was so beautiful. I smashed this guy's head in with a hammer. Serious to God, I did. And there's a carpet of red blood all the way down the fucking stairs the next day. Fucking beautiful. Anyway, I was watching this Krays movie about legends. Fucking brilliant film, Tom. Tom Daly, fucking brilliant film. But I think what I would like you to do, actually, for me as well, because Tom Hardy, it's Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy who played Ronnie Kray. Ronnie Kray, that was fucking scary, man. That was beautiful. You did it so fucking well. First time I've seen Ronnie Kray portrayed realistically in a movie, like totally fucking as he. Do I look like my brother? You know what I mean? The way Tom fucking Hardy did it. You're like, do I look like my brother? Do I? People say I'm ugly. Classic, Tom. Fucking classic, man. I love you. I love Tom fucking Hardy. Anyway, the thing is, they did miss out. I mean, they did add a bit about the firm in it. But I must admit, they did miss out a lot of this firm story. Do you remember the firm? A bit in the Krays. And do you remember Charlie Kray? In fact, Charlie Kray wasn't really mentioned in the film. That's one thing I find disappointing, because Charlie Kray was the blood brother of Ronnie and Reggie Kray. He was their blood brother, their older brother, actually. Charlie Kray was Ronnie and Reggie's big brother. He was the big brother, Charlie Kray. But Charlie Kray never gets a mention, does he? You know, I mean, Charlie Kray, he was their big brother. Their big brother. He taught them how to fight. He taught them how to box, actually. I think it was Charlie Kray who taught Ronnie and Reggie how to box. If I'm not very much mistaken. That would make a great film, wouldn't it? True story. The Krays' childhood, about the Krays' childhood. Because actually Charlie, I think you'll find, taught the Krays how to box. I've got a great idea for a prequel to Legend, Tom. Great idea for a prequel. The, what was it called? The Boxing Years. Krays, the Boxing Years. Because actually, the Krays were in fact boxers. They were, literally, boxers, you know. Professional, well, not amateur boxers, really. Amateur boxers. And actually, I don't think Reggie ever lost a fight. I think Reggie always won his fights. But Ronnie, God, he had his face punched in so many times. Ronnie wasn't that good at boxing. Actually, Reggie was the boxer. So Reggie was the boxer. He knew how to use his fists. Reggie was the boxer. Out of the two of them, about Reggie and Ronnie Kray, like. Reggie was the boxer. Get another actor, a younger actor, to play Reggie and Ronnie Kray. Same thing, do the same thing again. You know what I mean? Get a younger actor to play and do the story of. In fact, you get several actors to play it. But Legends was absolutely fantastic. Legend is a fantastic movie. The Krays. Legend. You should call it the Krays Legend because it sounds too much like Legend, which is another film. There's another film called Legend, I think, but I believe. No, but anyway. But yeah, it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, Tom. You did fucking Ronnie so proud, man. You did Ronnie totally fucking proud, man. Oh my God, that was Ronnie Kray, man. Tom Hardy, that was the Krays, man. Do I look like my brother? Cool. Thanks, Helmut. Good looking. You're so fucking brilliant, Tom. You're fucking brilliant. But you should get a prequel. Do a prequel about the Krays, right? The boxing years. And about the Krays' childhood, basically. You could do a story. They haven't done that yet. They haven't done a story of the childhood of the Krays. Because Charlie Kray actually taught Ronnie and Reggie how to box, I think you'll find. I think you'll find Charlie had a big influence on the Krays. You could do the boxing years, couldn't you? That'd be a good one. Tell the story of their childhood. I mean, teenage boys boxing, what's sexier than that, huh? What's sexier than teenage boys boxing? It's fucking gorgeous. And then, what you can, actually for Tom Hardy specifically, what I want Tom Hardy to do, there's another film I want you to make about that time, called The Firm. You literally call it The Firm, a film called The Firm. And what you do is you get all the interviews of the survivors of the firm, well, the rest of the firm, because they all got arrested at the same time, man. The whole firm got arrested at the same time, you fuckers. The whole firm was in the dock. It wasn't just Ronnie and Reggie Kray, it was the whole bloody firm got locked up, alright? Truth is. And they did I've got videos of the interviews. You know, the interviews, using the interviews and stuff like that from the firm, the actual testaments of the firm. You can tell the story of the actual firm as well, Tom. Tell the story of the actual firm. You know, you've done all the highlights with the Reggie and Ronnie Kray, but you haven't told the story of the firm exactly, have you? Like the time that Ronnie held some guy's head to the, turned on the frying pan and he held his head to the, cooker, and there was a time when he sort of slit someone's lips and stuff, someone's mouth and stuff like that. All the gory details, the whole story. I want the whole story. Because you haven't done the story of the firm. You've done Reggie and Ronnie Kray brilliantly in Legend. But the firm was sort of like, it's still a bit skated over. So do another film and call it The Firm. And you can use the interviews and shit from the real survivors, the real firm. And do a film called The Firm. Another one as well, I've got two more as well. Two more sequels actually. The story doesn't end when Ronnie, everyone thinks the story ends when Ronnie and Reggie Kray got locked up, sent to prison. That's the end of the story, is it? How many books did Ronnie and Reggie Kray write? I think you'll find that Ronnie and Reggie Kray, and some of the members of the firm probably wrote quite a few books. Quite a few books, actually. I think Reggie wrote loads of books, actually. I think Ronnie might have written a book, but I think Reggie wrote most of the books and shit. But how about, I've got a great idea. Firstly, Tom, this is for Tom Hardy, specifically for Tom Hardy. I want you to do Ronnie Kray, The Broadmoor Years, as a movie. Literally, as a fucking film, right? Ronnie Kray, right? I think he died when he was about 50 or 60 or something like that. Anyway, he died in prison. Ronnie Kray. So do that one first, because Ronnie Kray actually died in prison. So actually, Tom Hardy, next job for you is Ronnie Kray, The Broadmoor Years. Because Ronnie Kray was locked up in a mental asylum prison. So Ronnie Kray was actually locked up in a mental asylum prison. That would make a hell of a good film. The true story, told by the witnesses, the people who were there. Ronnie Kray, The Broadmoor Years, you know. That'd be a great film. Tom Hardy, do me Ronnie Kray, The Broadmoor Years first. And then because Reggie survived a bit longer and he got out of prison because he was in his pink pyjamas, wasn't he? Yeah, and then do me another movie as well, Tom. I want 2 more films out of you, Tom, at least. Maybe 3. Well, 3, basically. The Firm. I want you to do The Firm, Tom Hardy. I want you to do The Firm movie about the firm. Then I want you to do Ronnie Kray, The Broadmoor Years. You know, like, and then I want you to do the Reggie Kray. And then after Ronnie Kray, I want you to do the Reggie Kray, you know, the prison years. Reggie Kray. Well, the rest of, you know, tell both stories, man. Because there's 2 stories you got still to tell. Because the Krays lived for about 30 odd years after they got locked up. There's another 30 years of film to make, man. Tom, there's another 30 odd fucking years of film to make. So Tom Hardy, do me The Firm, right, about the story of the firm, and do me the Ronnie Kray Broadmoor years and the Reggie Kray prison years sort of thing. That'd be brilliant. Please.